action. Henigan, end zone, touchdown. Play action fake works to perfection. And Anthony Landfear with his 5th career touchdown reception.
And make it 40-plus games now for Seth Henigan and counting with a passing touchdown as one of the best quarterbacks in the American Athletic Conference. Goes 25 of 38 for 272 yards. A couple scores against the Florida State Seminoles on the road to get the win. Seth Henigan joins us now here on All-American. Seth, first off, congratulations on the win. I mean, what was it like going into Doak Stadium, getting the win and getting this Memphis team back in the national spotlight where it deserves?
Yeah, I appreciate you for congratulating me, but it was a great game, great opportunity for our program to go into a hostile environment and come out with a win. So just to be able to do that and execute and play well in all 3 phases, there's obviously some things to clean up, but all in all, we're just happy to come out of there with a win.
Now, as you can see behind you with the trophy case full of different awards throughout the years, Memphis is not new to winning, but they are 3-0 this season. What's it been like starting the year the way that you guys have, and how it does set you up to ultimately achieve the goals that you have in front of you?
Yeah, I think it's pretty important to start fast to the year, and it's good to be 3-0 at this point in the season. But at the end of the day, all of our goals are still in front of us, and all 3 of the games that we've already played have no bearing on the ultimate goal that we have, which is to win our conference. So with conference play starting this week, our blinders are on, and our whole entire team is excited for the opportunity to play Navy and to go into Annapolis and play a conference opponent.
Seth, no one's been harder or more critical of themselves after all these 3 games than you. And that's a sign, right, of a great player, a great quarterback and competitor. I'm curious from your perspective, when you go back and watch the film of what you've seen from yourself these past 3 weeks, what is it that you've really honed in on as you go into conference play where, as you said, the goals really now you have the opportunities to go out and win a conference title?
At the end of the day, it's all about winning football games for me. It doesn't matter if I have 200 yards, if our running backs have rushed for 300 yards, if our defense stops the other team and holds them to 0 points and we only have 3 points in a field goal. However we can win the football game, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So, I mean, there's definitely things I need to improve on, and I feel like last week was my best game thus far during the season. So just got to continue stacking days and stacking weeks and put it on display really, and give my playmakers the ball, and we'll be all right.
Yeah, speaking of playmakers, your defense this week really showed out and set the tone early in that Florida State game. What was it like from your perspective on the sideline, watching that early takeaway? You talked about the pad popping, how you could hear it from where you were. What was your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we deferred the opening kickoff, so they got the ball first, and I think it was just like the second play of the game. They handed off a little mid zone out of pistol, and all of a sudden I just heard our sideline kind of explode, and we got a turnover, their opening possession. So we were immediately given the ball back and able to put points on the board. So just to be able to come out fast and be able to have a good start against a good opponent, that was definitely really important. And our defense, I mean, I can't say enough about them. Just the way they played thus far through 3 games, it's been really impressive to see our staff and our players come together and execute at a high level. So just got to continue doing that going into conference.
No doubt about it. And they've allowed just 29 points through the first 3 games against quality opponents at that. And I know you're happy not having to go up against them in the real game. You've got a red jersey on. You get protected whenever you're going up against them. But what's the biggest challenge when facing this Memphis defense in practice, and just based off of what you've seen, based off of how they're built?
Yeah, I mean, just the scheme. I feel like Coach Hankins does a great job mixing up coverages, mixing up the front, and just we have some great players. We have some talented guys on our team on both sides of the ball, and they put the work in every single day and night, constantly working, constantly up at the facility in order to be successful. So it's just a product of the work that they put in over and over for days and weeks on end. So I'm really proud of our defense and the way that they played, and we just got to continue going.
Tell me about some of those goals that we talked about earlier. Of course, the college football playoff is something that is on the mind of everybody when they win one of these conferences like the American, but it's much more than just that. It's a week-by-week thing whenever it comes to you guys. So how do you keep that compartmentalized whenever you're preparing for a team like Navy, getting into a big week of football, coming off of a big win against Florida State?
Yeah, in our team meeting this morning, Coach Silverfield showed us a message that he got sent from Calvin Austin, one of my former teammates and currently a receiver on the Steelers. He was just talking about his experience in my freshman year. We were 3-0 as well, just coming off a win against Mississippi State, and we lost to UTSA.
Yeah.
And he just said basically to keep our mindset at practice at a high level and work at a high level throughout the week in order to prepare for this game, because it's extremely important just to continue on the track that we've set for ourselves thus far through three games. So, I mean, just taking it day by day, week by week. We never really talk about the college football playoff.
Yeah.
We just talk about a conference championship because everything aligns with winning your conference, in my opinion, and in the opinion of a lot of the leaders of our team. So, I think we have the right mindset and right approach. So, just taking it week by week and knowing to live where your feet are, be where your feet are, and have those blinders on whoever the opponent may be.
Now, Seth, one of the things that you really talked about heading into that Florida State game was the culture being the difference maker in what ultimately would lead to success. Take me inside that Memphis locker room. What is the inside meaning or inside culture that you have created there, amongst the other leaders on the team? Being there, it's such a rarity, 4 years of a college quarterback at the same place, and to have that continuity. Give us a sense of the Memphis culture.
Yeah, I did say that our culture would be the difference, and I think that it was. Um, and basically, I think it comes down to this, and that's having people who have been together stay together. Having Coach Cramsey, Coach Silverfield, myself back. Coach Hankins has been here all 4 of my years here. Chandler Martin came back, Rock Taylor, Demir Blankensee, Lanphier, Xavier Hill. I mean, the list goes on and on. And then just being an experienced team, an old group, and we played a lot of football and played a lot of football together. So the culture starts from the top, starts with Coach Silverfield and our staff and our coordinators, and then it comes down to the guys that they've influenced and been able to influence for years on end. So we're basically miniature versions of them to a certain sense, which is a good and bad thing. More of a good thing than a bad thing. But I love being a mini Coach Cramsey because he's very knowledgeable, and I'm happy and proud to say that. Um, so it just comes down to having guys who have been together for a long time and have the right mindset and right state of mind, and then pushing guys that need to be pushed. And we have 20 leaders on the team. And we have plenty of guys who have the right mindset and mentality and are willing to push guys. So that's really important for a team to continue getting better as the season progresses.
And you can see that in the production with the team and the wins and the 3-0 start to the year. But with all of that around you, and you've been a constant in that whole equation at the same time, how has that helped you grow from year one now into the latter parts of your collegiate career? Because you were a coach's kid at Denton Ryan and in Denton, Texas. You were able to learn from him, but then having that continuity and that coaching staff around you has helped you take another step. How has that helped you grow?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all about the talent, and good people make good football players. That's something Coach Cramsey says pretty often. But when you have talented players around you, that definitely helps you be more successful. And so just to have great players such as Rock and Demir and Kobe Drake and Lanphier and Sutton Smith, all those guys around me, and they're also good people. I mean, that's just the best combination, having people who are hard workers but also really talented at football. And that helps your team push forward and continue to have the right mindset. So I'm just blessed that those guys chose to come to Memphis or stay in Memphis. However they got here, they're here, and we're happy they're on our side and on our team, regardless of how they got here. And we're having people produce that are transfers that have been in the program a long time. It doesn't matter how you got here; it matters your mindset when you're here. So we're really proud of our guys and how they've performed thus far through 3 weeks, but we have more work to do.
one of those transfers. We had your teammate on last week, Mario Anderson. He told us about how he cuts people's hair. Have you let him touch your hair?
I'm not let him touch my hair.
Wait, is
Wow.
that a conscious decision, or is that just you got to build that trust with your barber? I mean, I get it. I understand it. It's a thing. Why not?
Mario does a great job cutting hair, but I'm not gonna cut my hair for a while. I just haven't cut it since beginning of fall camp. I had a little mullet. Oh no, just letting it flow.
You're just
All
letting the
right.
mullet flow then.
The superstitious kicking in a little bit, or
No, I'm
No,
not
just-
superstitious.
okay,
I used
just
to
for
be
the
in
look.
school, but we wear so many different uniform combinations. We do so many different things that the superstition has gone out of my body. So
how long is your hair right now? Like, is this
Oh,
the
yeah.
longest it's ever been?
no, I used to have like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You had the Gardner Minshew.
yeah, there you go.
You get a little bit further down there. Okay, I see it. So by the time conference championship week, we talk about postseason stuff, bowl games, we're going to be
We're not even going to recognize you.
Yeah, you're going to be rocking the locks, right?
It is possible. I guess
Well, Seth, thank you so much for taking some time. Good luck the rest of the way. Congratulations on the success, not only so far here in 2024, but throughout your career with the Memphis Tigers. We look forward to talking with you again down the line.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate your time.